Patrick, we're having a conversation in the week that the draw for the semi-finals of the Champions League has been made, and Manchester United have been paired with current champions and the invincible-looking Bayern Munich. There is a fear that Manchester United won't win the Champions League, that they won't be in the Champions League next year. What impact will that have on the club's commercial success and indeed the club's brand?
It probably won't have any negative effect on the commercial brand unless they don't get back into playing regularly. Certainly if they're out for a year or for 2 years, it has a detrimental effect on their balance sheet, but not so much from the commercial side, because they're still going to be well sought after in Asia and in other parts of the world. They are such a massive brand. In some ways it probably needs a bit of a negative to build up the excitement of them coming back. Always constantly being at the top isn't necessarily always the best story. So no, there shouldn't be any negative, certainly not for a couple of years or so.
One of the suggestions was that they may actually exploit their popularity in the Middle East and Asia by playing friendlies in those areas on what would otherwise have been Champions League nights. Does that make any kind of sense?
I doubt they'll get the approval of it, because obviously that will compete from a television point of view, from an audience point of view, so I doubt UEFA would allow clubs to do that. So it would surprise me if they could do it. Obviously it's very good for them, but no, it would surprise me, and also it's a bit of a risk with players and other things, so I think that's a little far-fetched.
Also on the United front, from next year, Manchester United's main shirt sponsors are going to be Chevrolet, a auto manufacturing brand based in the United States that from next year won't be selling cars either in the UK or in Europe. What does the decision by Chevrolet to sponsor Manchester United tell us about the club and in fact the power of the Premier League?
Well, it just shows also the flexibility of sport as a medium. Because here you've got a UK Premier League based club that gets an absolutely fantastic audience, certainly in Asia, Middle East and in other parts of the world. So therefore the fact that you're not buying it for the primary market is somewhat immaterial. The impact that this has in the major markets for Chevrolet, I'm sure would justify that expense, that leverage. But again, as I said, it shows that great flexibility and how you can look at different things to achieve the same objectives.